Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to another of my Part of Exile crafting videos. Today we will be crafting amulets again, and it will be 84 plus amulets. You can already see that I have them ready. So we'll be using the method with skill gems. When everything that we don't want to keep, we just scour with the vendor recipe and reroll again. So we'll do 160 rolls today. But before I get to that, I'd like to talk a bit about one mod that can show up on amulets, and that you asked about in comments, or asked about, well, you mentioned it in comments, and it seems that it's not completely clear how it works. So I'll talk about it. Most of you probably know, but for those of you who are not sure, I will explain this. And the mod is the increased maximum energy shield, the percentage roll. In some of the previous videos where we were crafting amulets, it happened to us multiple times that we rolled a decent-ish amulet that was basically killed by a low percentage roll, something like this. Here, the amulet is crap, but this is the example of the rolls that we are getting, like 2-3%, which of course is nothing. And when you get a roll like this, it most of the time just kills the amulet. And in comments I saw multiple times like a suggestion that I could just maybe divine the amulet and like that increase the maximum energy shield and solve the problem and make it useful. And that's what I want to talk about, the difference between a maximum energy shield when it's rolled like this, like on this amulet, and when it's crafted, which means when it's crafted, it's in the light blue, same as the crit chance here. That's how you say which one is crafted and which one is rolled the normal way, while identifying or while alching. Not a big deal, everyone knows this, but then when it comes to divining, each of these mods work a bit differently. While the mastercrafted mod, I can put this one in, doesn't really matter, but so that we have them together. Increased energy shield, it's this mod. Its range is 5 to 20, so when I craft this on an amulet and I roll like 5%, what I can do is just divine it, and what the divine orb does is re-rolls the number within its range to a different amount. So when I have amulet with the energy shield mastercrafted and I use a divine on it, it rerolls the number to anything from 5 to 20. So with a low roll, I can fix the number and get up to 20. But when the energy shield is rolled like this as a normal mod, as any other mod that's on the amulet, it doesn't work that way. I can't just divine this one and get 20% increased maximum energy shield, because when the increased energy shield is rolled as any other stat, it also has its tiers as any other stat. And in this case, the 2% is the lowest tier that you can get, the worst tier that you can get, and the range for this tier is only between 2 and 4%. So the maximum I can get with the divine orb on this amulet would be 4% increased maximum energy shield. It wouldn't go higher. And then you have multiple tiers slowly increasing. The next one is I think 5 to 8, and then they're going up all the way to 20 to 22. That's the best that we can get. So, while divining crafted increased energy shield is worth it, and most of the time you have to do it to get a good roll, divining the normal increased energy shield is a really bad idea most of the time, because the range for all the tiers is like 2%. You want to divine it maybe when you get like a top roll and you really want to get the maximum amount to get to the 22%, really max out the amulet, then you can divine it. But you want to save an amulet when you have like, I don't know, like here 2%, then you want to save it with the divine. So just explanation, if you didn't know how these tiers work. And if you want to check all these tiers and stats that can roll on all items, I will try to remember and put a link in the description of the video to poeaffix.net, where you can just check almost all the prefixes and prefixes and suffixes and corruptions that you can get on every item type. There is not everything, you can't find like essences there, but most of the time it will be all that you need, and some of the very specific roles you can find somewhere else. You usually don't need it that often, and that web or that page is where I go when I need to check tiers or sometimes what is prefix, what suffix. There I find basically everything I need to know. So I'll try to remember and put the link in the description. But enough talking, we are here for the crafting, so let's quickly jump to Act 1. Merciless, so that we can buy...
Be careful.
All the gems. And as usual, 16 from each color. Then we quickly grab alchs.
Hello.
And I just need to scour these first. So let's do it. And we can start rolling. Okay. By the way, the reason why I decided to do these amulets today is because I need upgrade for myself. When I replaced my belt yesterday for Headhunter, I had to fix my resists. And like the remaining resist I needed to fix was lightning resist, and the only item where I could get it was an amulet. And I need an amulet with fist damage, weapon, elemental damage, life, and lightning resist. The only one that I found with 70 plus life and 42 plus lightning resist was this one. Was only 4 chaos, but this was the only one I found with these stats. And the 3 to 5 fist damage is like the one of the lowest rolls that I could get, or that you can get on an amulet, so I want an upgrade for this. The perfect roll would be high fist damage, high weapon elemental damage, life, lightning rest, and then crit multiplier, and have an open suffix for crafted crit chance, or if it had crit chance by itself, then it would be perfect. That's something I'd really want to get all the high tier stats, all 6 of them already, so I don't have to mastercraft anything. But well, basically if I could get amulet like this, the first 4 tiers, and all of them either tier 1 or tier 2, I would be happy. So let's see what we got here. This one, the fist damage is not bad. Call this average. There's some resists for level 52. Maybe if the life was higher. 55 for amulet is not that much. This one has prefix, suffix open, so it can get like crit chance or another resist. Maybe I'll actually even keep it. It's for level 52, so maybe someone would take it. The cold damage is not bad in combination with fist damage. Could mastercraft like extra resist on this, or even stats. It won't be much. Let's say, I don't know, 5 to 10 chaos. But what I need to get back from these 160 rolls is 40 chaos. Now it's very easy to calculate the investment. Now the ratio for alchs is 4-1 chaos, so 160 alchs that we're gonna do today. It means 40 chaos. That's what we need to go back. I'll completely skip exalts because price of exalts is super unstable during last few days, so I'll count everything with chaos. We need to get 40 chaos back to pay for this session, and if we could get 5 chaos from the previous amulet, well, fine. We have 1/8 of the money back. Then we have this one that's nothing. This is nice life, but nice life and nice cast speed. Both are top rolled tier 1, but it's not enough. Those two usually don't work that well together, and the rest was garbage. Nothing here. So let's re-roll this, and I'll try to go a bit faster now because there was a lot of talking from the start. I don't want the video to be too long. This one has dexterity and intelligence. These are stats that we want to see for those claw builds, but we want to see lightning damage together with that, and crit chance and weapon elemental damage. None of these stats is here, so we just throw this one away. Nothing here, nothing here. This one has nice accuracy, and that's basically it, so we throw that one away as well. Dexterity is decent, increased evasion is tier 1, top rolled, but that's not enough. Oh, whoa, whoa, hello. What do we have here? It's tier 1 int, top roll. The all attributes, I'll actually check if that's tier 1 or tier 2 on the PoE affix net. Let me quickly get to it. We need amulet, and we need all stats. I'm not sure if that's tier 1. No, it's tier 2. It's top rolled tier 2. Tier 1 is 29 to 32. That's sad. But still, 28 is pretty decent. When we add this, we have 95 intelligence on this. Together with the top rolled life, 79. Actually, it's not. It will be for a ring. For amulet, it's 89. We have all suffixes blocked, but so no crit chance here, but we can roll like flat lightning damage on this one. It's not perfect for those glow builds. There's still room for improvement, but well, there's so much int and a lot of survivability that this one is definitely a keeper, and it should sell quite easily. I'd say like 25 chaos in half day shouldn't be a problem, probably even more. It's really a lot of int. This one, actually let me put it aside already and grab something else.
Can I help?
Nothing here and nothing here. Okay. And by the way, on the previous one, it wasn't just a lot of int, of course, that was the main stat, but also it was plus 40 to dexterity and plus 40 to strength, and that's quite decent amount as well. So it could be maybe for some other builds that need to fix problems with stats. Not a bad amulet at all. Okay, next 4. Nothing to see here or here. This one has decent fist damage, text int, yeah, lightning damage. Would have to be a lot more with only 4 stats. What about this? 43 mana region? No, this is garbage. Here we have tier 1 life. Some lightning damage, though the lightning damage is pretty bad. And then we have tier 2 energy shield. So with that life and blocked or the remaining prefixes, some resistances. This has resistances, survivability, some damage, but needs something else. And the rolls for the lightning damage and resistances would have to be higher. This is not good enough. It's close, looks decent, but probably in hardcore this would be easy sale for a couple of chaos, but in softcore we want more damage. This one has almost top accuracy, but nothing else. Nothing here and nothing here. So let's get rid of all of these. This is top roll energy shield. It's always nice to see, but it needs something together with it, and that's definitely not here. Top rolled lightning res. The rarity can be one roll, can be both rolls, can be prefix, can be suffix. With the rarity, you never know. But the remaining rolls are horrible. Not worth even checking the rarity. Nothing here. Nice lightning resist. Has accuracy, has fist damage. The fist damage isn't that bad, but overall that's not enough. So let's cover everything again, and 4 more. Fire damage, evasion, okay. Whenever there is evasion, it usually means you just reroll. This one, mana, evasion, no thanks. Decent fist damage, horrible cold damage, horrible all res, top rolled lightning res, really good mana, mana leech, but maybe if the cold damage was like tier 1 or tier 2, then I would keep this. But it would have the suffix open then, which is worse than prefix open. No. The cold damage is a break here. Nothing here, and this one is really, really, really bad. Too many. This one is 4 stat because the rarity here is prefix and both suffix. You can't alch only 3 stat rare. It always has to have at least 4 stats when you alch an item. And this is not good enough. This is really not worth talking about, so let's just move on. Nice spell damage, that's tier 1. Crit multi. Okay-ish, let's say. Problem is this one can't get crit chance, but it has pretty damn good resistances. So suffixes overall are not bad. This can craft... it has prefix open, so you can either get life or energy shield flat, or the energy shield percentage. I doubt that anyone would craft the energy shield percentage on this one, because it costs 1 exalt, but it has a lot of resists. And the spell damage and multiplier, even with the crit chance, it's a lot of damage. This one is decent for a crit caster, probably ES crit caster. Tier 1 spell damage, the multiplier is average, but well, it's there. And the resistances are both tier 1. Yeah, I think this is together with the previous 2 amulets that we kept, is enough to get back the 40 kills back. I'm not sure what to craft on this. Probably just flat ES, and I'll leave the buyer to probably recraft it. I'd say he might even craft the percentage roll. But well, that's up to the buyer. The rest is garbage. But we're definitely keeping this one.
Hello.
Still nothing like super amazing, but there are 2 of those rolls that I kept are, let's say, okay-ish, decent. Definitely quick sale for reasonable price. This one is horrible. Crit chance, crit multi, yeah, that's a good start, but not when it's 12 and 13%. So let's move on. Nothing to see here. Spell damage, strength, decent crit chance, nice all res. Here we have 3 pretty good rolls. The strength, crit chance, and all res are pretty good. Spell damage is average, but it would still work with those 3 previous stats. 16%, it's like tier 3, I think. So, okay, I would accept that. But then we have the cold damage, which first is horrible roll, I mean, it can't go lower. And together with the spell damage, doesn't really work that well. We have prefix open on this one. I don't think so. I don't think this is good enough. Even with 3 pretty good rolls. The spell damage here. I don't like this. Like, this doesn't have anything that would really catch your eyes when you are looking for or going through all those listed items on PoE trade. You started it at 16 spell damage, then you see the cold before you get to the crit chance and all resistances, and before you realize this actually is not that bad, you are already on the next amulet. And I really can't craft anything that would make it more interesting. Because the only thing that makes sense here for crafting is either life or energy shield, and the crafted mods are kinda low, so I'm just gonna reroll this. But this was pretty close. That cold damage basically destroyed the amulet. Okay, let's scour it and keep going. This one has some resistances, decent chaos res, but the chaos res is actually tier 3. Life leech, but then we have the evasion energy shield and we can just get rid of it. Nothing here. This is pretty nice lightning damage together with energy shield. Nice roll. And then the armor is a brick and life regen is a brick. So 2 good stats is not enough. I hated throwing away high lightning damage together with high energy shield. Don't see those that often together, and especially when they're like high tier. But sometimes even that is not enough. Okay. And nothing here. Some energy shield with dexterity, but far from enough. Nothing here. Nothing really here. All those numbers were too low. Okay, average int, average all attributes, and top rolled energy shield. That's just a waste of a nice roll there. Nothing here. Tier 2 mana regen, nothing else. Decent multiplier with average or bad remaining rolls. Keep going. This one has tier 1 accuracy, tier 1 intelligence, and we throw it away. Hate it. What about here? Nothing. Top roll tier 1 strength, that's nice. With the fire resistance, it's also nice. And then what we needed on this, and what would make this amulet, would be tier 1 life. 80 plus life on this. Because that would be like the ideal mod combination for Righteous Fire. You need a lot of fire res, you need a lot of life, and you need a lot of strength, because strength is life, and with Righteous Fire, life is damage. So yeah, almost. If that life was even 70 plus, I'd keep it and we would sell quite fast. But 40 is not enough, even with the remaining stats being decent. Just life is the first thing that you need. Most important one. And average energy shield, not enough. Spell damage, fist damage. That could work in theory, but not when you have 84 accuracy and 6 life after that. So let's move on. Nothing here and nothing here. Too many. Okay, here we have, this is tier 2 energy shield, I'm quite sure, tier 1 lightning res, decent damage, and the armor and life regen destroyed it. So, yeah, again, throwing away 2 very nice rolls. This one is horrible. This one is even worse. Wow. It's pretty hard to get such a bad amulet as this one. And nothing here. Nice fire res, and not much else. This is just everything was average tier 1 mana regeneration. The rest is bad. Wow, this one is also pretty bad. I think you can drop something like this from Hillock in normal. Maybe the strength would have to be lower, but it's close. Horrible. 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 Well, from 80 alchs, we have already 2, let's say, semi-decent rolls, so shouldn't complain. This one, those resistances, especially all res, killed it. Even with the top roll crit chance and tier 2 life, just not enough. If those resistances were tier 1 or tier 2, then this would be decent. But still only decent, not amazing. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. Maybe I'll return to this one quickly. The reason why I was saying even if those resistances were higher tier, it would still be only decent is because it has only one DPS stat, the crit chance, and from all the possible DPS stats that you can have on amulet, the crit chance is the only one that you can craft, and the craft is, let's say, decent, because maximum crit chance is 38% as we have here, and the maximum craft is 27%. So let's say around 70% of maximum. When we check the others that we can craft, like lightning damage, there we can barely get to 50% of what amulet can roll. When we get to fist damage, we can get like to maybe 30% of the maximum, and other stats like crit multiplier can't even be crafted. So the crit chance is actually the only stat that you can sometimes sacrifice, because you can get it from Mastercraft. So yeah, I don't value crit chance always that high as the remaining stats. So that's the reason why I'm saying even with like tier 2 resistances on this, it will be still only decent, not amazing. What else? Nothing here really. Nothing, and not much to see here. Even with the tier 1 life, this just doesn't have anything else. And I think I'm gonna make a cut here, because that was a real lot of talking, and I'll try to maybe do a bit more crafting off camera. I'll just record it, and if I hit something interesting, I'll just add it the end of the video. But I can't promise anything. We'll see. Maybe I get lucky and you'll see some more interesting rolls in the end. But for now, we are done with this video. It was a lot of talking, but I still hope that you liked it, that you're gonna join me for the next one again. And until then, have a good time. Bye bye.